Hello, everybody. Welcome on into baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. I'm Sean, and 5 nights a week we are streaming baseball here in MLB 11, the show. Today, we have 4 matchups for you. I didn't have my notepad up. Dang it, Sean. Come on. You're getting there. I basically picked like 6 or 7 games and then just hit the wheel spin because we didn't need to watch the same games over and over and over again. We're going to check on the Blue Jays and the Orioles, which is kind of an interesting game because, and we'll throw it over here to this, because if we look in the AL East, the Orioles, they're still 4 games back of the Yankees, but the Yankees haven't been playing particularly well. They did get that win, which helped them a lot over the Orioles, who get the loss against the Blue Jays. But I was curious if maybe the Orioles could make a run at the AL East or in the American League Wild Card, which they are 2 games back. We have the Marlins taking on the Astros. The Marlins are in the East, tied for first. The Astros are 4.5 games back in the Central. They're 6 games back in the Wild Card. Okay. Let's see. Rangers and the Red Sox. The Red Sox, they're kind of out of it, 6.5 back. And the Rangers, they're kind of out of it as well. I guess I didn't realize how bad that game was. Whoopsie daisies. Then we have the Nationals and the Pirates. Nationals, bottom of the division in the East, but still 30-32. Not terrible. They are 7 games back, but that's how it goes. Then we have the Pirates, who are number 1 in the NL Central. And then we would have, the Pirates would have to, or the Nationals would have to climb so many. They're 7 back in the wild card. Okay. Let's jump into our first game of the day. And then that was the Blue Jays and the Orioles. It's literally the first game. Cole Hamels taking on Edinson? Volquez is the last name. That part at least I can figure out. Welcome on into baseball. Don't forget to like the video if you're enjoying it, having a good time on the channel. Be sure to subscribe. All that good stuff. I appreciate it. Welcome to Baltimore. Maybe my least favorite place to play. Blue Jays are 3 games under 500 at 29-32. The Baltimore Orioles 31-31, which means that the Yankees are the only team over 500 in the American League East. I was trying to look at a comment here. Toronto Blue Jays look like this. Lorenzo Cain in left field. He will lead things off. Andre Ethier in right. Miguel Cabrera in at first. David Ortiz is the designated hitter. Usually I think they have an extra lefty in this top 4. Maybe I'm wrong. Xavier Nady is in center. Mike Aviles is at third. Derek Jeter, the shortstop. Juan Uribe is at second. And then Rod Barajas. I got thrown off because whatever. I got thrown off because I was looking for the DH. So we got a comment. I get just doing Judge. The game is manufactured in the U.S. So it makes sense to represent Mr. Captain America on the cover. What? If the maybe they would have done Judge and Ohtani together if the World Baseball Classic wasn't this year. But I kind of get just doing Judge because the game is manufactured in the U.S. Edinson Volquez, there it is. 6-5 with 4.83 ERA, 12 games, 31.2 innings pitched, 33, 18, 31. Your hits, walks, and strikeouts. This person apparently doesn't realize that they did Canadian-specific covers for MLB The Show for years. So, what do you want? What is that comment? What do you want me to do with that? There's nothing I can do with that. Hey, here's a dumb opinion that's also kind of wrong. Wouldn't you want to double down on that? What are you talking about? I can't get riled up. I cannot get riled up 4 minutes into this stream. 1 pitch, 1 strike, 1 out. As that is hit to the shortstop and fired over to first in time. The whole point, people creamed their jeans when it was Trout versus Ohtani as the final out of the WBC 3 years ago. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's inside for a ball. Also, why would they have highlighted the WBC this year but not 3 years ago? How old is the World Baseball Classic? And that pitch is low for a ball. Okay, come on, phone. Will you work with me, please? Somehow you survived. Your battery survived all day long. Just for you to irritate me later. World Baseball Classic. Nope. Tournament. Where's the World Baseball Classic? Oh, that's not actually what I wanted. I thought that was a... There we go. 2026. Professional. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. It'd be nice if it was just the regular... That is hit to the third baseman. Scoops and spins before firing the first in time. For out number 2, Miguel Cabrera. He'll step up. I was trying to find World Baseball Classic. No. Okay. MLB. Oh, here we go. The WBC has existed since like 1938. Okay, cool. Great. Okay, founded 2005, 21 years ago. So they've had like 7 opportunities to do it. Okay. We're not going to get annoyed. We're not annoyed. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is fired outside for a ball. How's everyone doing today? Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. There's a wind and the pitch. Big swing and a miss from Cabrera. Nice ride through the zone. If that pitch drops even just a little bit, Cabrera could probably get a pretty good swing on it. And with his power, you're looking at some damage. Or could be looking at some damage. 1-2 the count. No score here in Baltimore. We learned yesterday that we get 7 out of 10 games against Baltimore in mid-July. So that will, I'm sure, break me in half. 2-2. That is swung on and missed. So a nice job by this Orioles pitching to get through the first inning. Couple of weak pieces of contact. Gets the swing and miss to a big righty hitter. And we will head to the home half of the first, led off by John Jacob Jingleheimer-Schmidt, right fielder. Jingleheimer-Schmidt is the DH. Corey Hart in right, Evan Longoria at third. Rick Ankiel is in left. Pardon me. Derek Lee at first. Miguel Montero is the catcher, as Drupal Cabrera the shortstop. Luis Castillo, not that Luis Castillo, at second base. And Lucas Duda is in center field. Cole Hamels is 2-7 with a 7.2 ERA. 12 games with 30 innings pitched. 50 hits given up. 15 walks. 20 strikeouts. Yikes. That is 65 hits and walks combined and just 20 strikeouts. In only 30 innings. So there's traffic on the base paths. Is that like a 2-0 whip or whatever? Walks, hits per inning pitched. The lefty will face the lefty. It's a strike. John Jacob Jingleheimer-Schmidt thought about swinging, but able to hold back. It's a nice location by Hamels. Gets ahead 0-1. The lefty is ready. He'll wind and fire. That is in for a strike. 0-2. Oh my goodness, you can't look at that pitch. He threw 3 pretty good ones up there. 2 at least good ones, but all right, gets that last pitch right by him. Corey Hart steps to the plate. Nobody on, 1 out. That is like a great pitch. I should be complimenting Hamels because I complain about it so often. He is right in the strike zone. He is 4 pitches, 4 strikes. Like, he wants to go. He has dinner reservations tonight. Like, we're on a tight schedule here. They technically still have one more game in Baltimore anyway. Maybe he needs an afternoon nap. Who knows? Thought about it. The appeal did not go. First ball of the inning for Cole Hamels, but it is a close one and does at least induce the thought of a swing. 1-1. The wind and the pitch is going to be foul up the third baseline. As it rolls to the outfield wall. 1-2. Lefty fires low. 2-2. And he'll foul it off to stay alive. 2-2. Trying to clap along. Bop, 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 bop. Thought about it. Did he go? He did not. No. Again, I mean, Hamels has thrown a few balls here in this, but at least 2 of them he's gotten the check swings, kind of like, oh. Lefty to the plate, and it is hit into left field. Got a little more air under it than I anticipated. There's something about that angle of the swing that just feels like it's hard to tell if it's going to go way up in the air or straight into the ground. Wait. One of them, because it'd be like, bam, like that. Here, bam. Wow. Oh. So it'll be 2 out. Both starting pitchers working nicely through the opposing lineups, or the top of the opposing lineups. Pitches outside for a ball, 1-0. Hamels getting a little cuter with his pitching. Does not even think about swinging. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is hit well out to right field. It might be gone. It is. Wow. Got it up over the out-of-town scoreboard. Only one of the very many reasons I hate playing in the stadium is that stupid scoreboard usually costs me a home run at least once a series. 365 majestic feet. The animation up in the top right corner kind of gives away what's going on because of the animation that's up there. It's like a nice, relaxed walk. Like, oh, yeah, it's a home run. But a nice piece of 2-out hitting gives Baltimore a 1-0 lead. I was going to say, Hamels got through those first 2 at-bats pretty well. The first at-bat was real quick against Jingleheimer-Schmidt. The second at-bat, the hitter fouled off a few pitches, but his pitching locations and the sequencing was good enough to get a couple of check swing thoughts. And I was kind of going to remark of like, oh, he has a 7.2 ERA, but I'm not really seeing why. And then a home run kind of goes, oh, okay. Because he's maybe susceptible to give it up the long ball. 1 run on 1 hit. Ortiz, Nady, and Aviles are going to step up. That 3rd out in foul territory. Pretty brutal for the Orioles. David Ortiz, your cleanup hitter for the Blue Jays. And Ortiz with a big swing, but fouls it up the third base line. 0-1. And he is inside for a ball. One and 2 after the foul ball. The righty is ready to face Ortiz. It's kind of a beneficial lineup for this Orioles starter. There are only the two true lefties in the lineup, and then everything else is righty. Not even like a switch hitter to mix in there to go like, well, maybe the switch hitter is not as strong against one hand versus the other or whatever. Gets Ortiz to swing and miss on a pitch pretty far out of the zone. It'll bring up Xavier Nady. One gone. A 1-0 lead for Baltimore. Toronto looking for a little bit of a strikeout inning. Or strike back inning, excuse me. They already have a strikeout for this inning. Second baseman can't come up with the play. It'll roll into right field. That is a bad break for the Orioles. Usually the Baltimore BS in Baltimore favors the Orioles, but in this case, it kind of F's them. You know what I mean? Aviles ready to roll here. One on, one gone. How mean will the game be to the Baltimore Orioles? Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. Or can this right-handed pitcher, can he get some light contact, turn a double play, and erase that hit and maybe a little bit of a misplay by the second baseman? Pitch is in. Thought about it. No appeal. I don't think he went around. A little surprised that he even induced the swing like that, considering the fact that that pitch was pretty far inside. However, saying that, we have had a few pitches that look like that towards right-handed batters that have been called strikes over the last couple of days. That is hit to the second baseman. He gets another chance. He'll run on to second, fire to first, in time for the out. Wow. That was a close play and would have been disastrous for the Baltimore Orioles if he had not picked it up, because this game does not like when your defense cannot pick up a double play. It punishes you. Derek Lee steps up. Toronto can't get that one run that they gave up back. We'll see what the Baltimore Orioles can do, if they can pick up any insurance here in the bottom of the second. The pitch is outside. That first at-bat was really good for Hamels, whose name I'm kind of blanking on. That is fouled away. But after that second at bat, he gave up the home run. He did get the out in foul territory, but it hasn't been quite as smooth sailing. However, the long at bat for out number 2. Oh, he's going to try and field this. Underhand toss to first in time for the out. The at bat for out number 2 was long. He did prevail. Miguel Montero averaging .224. 1 home run, 5 RBI. That misses low for a ball. 1-0. And that'll be hit to the second baseman. Bobbles it, but able to find the ball and fire over to first base. The person in the commentary booth. Up, still got the out. Hold on, we got to turn that sound off. Hold on. I hit the womp 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 a little too soon, apparently. Quickly 2 gone here for the Orioles. This was where Hamels ran into a little bit of trouble. But he shouldn't have that problem this time, as the throw is made from the shortstop to first base, out number 3. That's a nice bounce back. He might get tagged for the loss if Toronto's 7, 8, 9 hitters can't pick anything up, but kind of like yesterday when we were watching that Cubs game, it doesn't feel like it's really his fault. It's the offense faltering. He gave up one bad pitch. They got served into right field, sure, but it's hard to win games when you don't get any run support. Jeter takes a strike to make it 0-1. They chant overrated at Derek Jeter. I'm sure that will work out well for them. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside for a ball. Might actually work okay. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is hit well, but driven foul.
That's a foul ball.
1-2. And that is low. Righty is ready to fire the 2-2 pitch. That misses low as well. Okay. The bottom of that zone, tighten it up just a little bit. And gets Jeter to swing on a pitch that would have been a ball. That was way upstairs. Was that a 3-2? Was that a 3-ball pitch? Yeah, it was a 3-ball pitch. That's probably ball 4. It goes from a walk to a strikeout. And that is that's a big out for Baltimore. Here's the 8-hole hitter. Juan Uribe, if I remember correctly. I missed it. Missed it on the backside. That's okay. I missed the batter's name. The pitcher missed the zone, and it's 1-0. That doesn't get the call either. I mean, some of these locations that he's been missing have been so commonly called a strike, regardless of if they are a strike or not. And it's like, oh, okay, you're not giving that to them today. All right, that's what we're working with. Here's the wind of the pitch. It is outside for a ball. Three and 0. Got to get something in the zone here. Ooh, cannot put the tying run on base with a free pass. Rod Barajas, he's batting .444, 5 RBI, no home runs, no stolen bases. Is a good time to knock one, maybe two of those columns up a notch. See if this righty, what they can do. That is rolled foul up the third baseline. Here comes the 0-1, backs him up a little bit. I'm a little surprised that I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It is a little weird, though, that animation is so delayed. Just like a lot of things in this game, just feels like it's not as responsive as it should be. But backs the batter up a little bit. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is hit out towards right field. Right fielder waits for it. Drops into the glove, and 2 away. Toronto's going to flip the lineup, though. Lorenzo Cain is 0 for 1. The righty toward the plate is outside for a ball, 1-0. Baltimore and Toronto giving us a little bit of what the Yankees and Athletics did yesterday. I should not have said that. I probably just jinxed myself. That's out to left field, but the left fielder should have it. He doesn't! I jinxed myself. Oh my God. It's a 2-out RBI double. I jinxed myself so hard right there. I got Baltimore BS'd. I did it to me. Oh my goodness. I was going to say that it was a quick and efficient game, and then he hits a double. I should have known, too, because the game, a runner on first, but you only produced one out, the game punishes you for not getting a double play. Even though that wasn't a double play opportunity, it feels like the game registers it as a double play opportunity. I can't believe I did that to me. Oh, that's brutal. Toronto comes up with 2 hits. They come up with a tying run with 2 outs. And then, see, my problem is that the game does that. The game punishes the team for not coming up with a double play that it never had a shot at getting on that particular swing because it was a fly out to right. So then it produces the double that scores the run. Immediately following that, the batter can't get the ball by the first baseman. I'm like, well, are you just making sure that the game gets tied to send it into extra innings? Like, what? Why? Why are you being evil, game? That's on me. Oh, I'm so upset with myself for saying that. That's high for a ball. Now, Baltimore hasn't played particularly well. They do have the one solo home run, but other than that, they do not have a hit. And I don't believe they even have a base runner that they've been able to put on board. Lefty winds and fires. That is driven out towards right field. He'll make the catch. Baltimore BS'd myself. Alright, so here's the lefty. He'll wind and fire. Swung under it and missed. Oh, and 1 here in the bottom of the third. 1 gone. That one stays upstairs for a ball. 1-1 the count. And that's outside for a ball. 2-1. That's fouled away to make it 2-2.
No, that's foul.
No, that's foul. Lefty fires, and that is knocked back to the backstop. Oops, sorry, making a bunch of noise on accident. Trying to double check my notes here. That is sliced foul.
That's foul.
Lefty putting up quite the fight. There we go. And gets the swing and the miss. Gross. Where are we? We are on the 20. It's a running fastball at 89 miles an hour, just very late on the swing timing. What are we? Where are we? We're on the 28th of January. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. He looked at a 3-pitch strikeout last time. It was a very poor at-bat for him, which is unfortunate. See what he can do against this lefty the second time through. I'm kind of curious if the Orioles, because they're going to look at him a second time, is that where they start to pick up that, push that ERA up a little bit more? That's inside for a ball. Because to this point, he's only given up 1 hit. It's a home run out to right field. Still just a hit. Here comes the 2-0. It is hit. Foul. The wind and the pitch is on the edge for a strike. So that'll make it a 2-2 count here. And, oh, it's going to get past the diving third baseman. Are they going to try to make the big turn at first? They are. Left fielder comes up with the ball, and he's out. Okay. All right, Baltimore. Oh, my God. Baltimore. This was an opportunity for Baltimore to get out of this game with a 32-31 record. You hope that the Athletics can maybe get the best of the Yankees tonight, try to close that gap a little bit, make the stretch in the AL East a little bit more interesting. Getting thrown out at second base on a single. Yeesh. That is a strike to Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera and Ortiz, part of this order. I forget exactly who the 5-hole hitter is. The righty is ready and swung on and missed. 0-2. Looked like a pretty nice location on the outside. Got Miguel Cabrera to swing at it. Swing and miss at it. Cabrera, MLB The Show 14 cover athlete. 0-2. Readies, winds, and fires. It is low for a ball. And that stays high. That's a really good eye. Fills up the count. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that'll be rolled right back to the pitcher, but the catcher will field it. Fires over to first in time for the out, though. A little bit of a scary thing as he kind of goes up and off one foot, like, oh no. Almost yeets it into right field. And just to keep it. Oh, and 1. Managed just to keep it in his glove. Ortiz. And the ball is well outside. 1-1. And that's driven foul. Here comes the 1-2. Oh, Ortiz on a pitch well outside. Swings in, misses. That is out number 2. That is way out there. Pitch timing very early on a two-seam fastball. But perhaps a little excited to play the hero. Uses that aggressiveness to his advantage. And it'll be Xavier Nady with 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. That is low for a ball. Okay. Just so disappointed in myself for jinxing me. Gosh darn it. That is hit well out to right field. Don't think the right fielder's going to get it. He does. Okay, cool. Would have been great if the left fielder could have made the catch in the top half of the 3rd. 1-1 with 2 hits for each team. I thought maybe that would hit off the visitors' scoreboard. It had a little bit more elevation to it, but it did not. Corey Hart, with 1 swing, can end it here and put the Orioles back where they probably should have been the whole time in the win column. I'll take a pretty good looking pitch for a strike. 0-1. it's a good job by this Blue Jays lineup. This team that has been a little weird. It feels like I've really criticized them a lot throughout the season. It's good to see them get back into a game, last out, able to tie it up. That's all well and good. Just not great at a 1-1 game where nobody can really do anything. And then you have Baltimore in the bottom of the third inning running themselves into out number 3. It's like, what? You can't do this. We can't be here in Baltimore for 14 million hours. I don't want to be here. Here's the lefty. That is looped into left field. That'll get down for a hit as it'll roll all the way to the wall. He'll make the big turn at first and the throw in to the cutoff man. Stand-up double, and Evan Longoria, he is 1 for 1. He had the solo home run in the first inning. See if he can drive in the winning run right here. There is nobody out. Baltimore, for the love of God, I know you're not going to do it to me because you hate me. And I'll be honest, I don't really like you all that much, Orioles. That is low for a ball. The lefty is ready. He winds and fires. That is hit. That's looped into left field. That will do it. It'll be a walk-off single for Evan Longoria. He has to be your player of the game. 2 for 2. He knocked in both runs, including the solo home run at the top of the first. I feel very dejected by that. I feel dejected because I jinxed myself. That's why. That's all. That's on me. Me and me alone. Evan Longoria, unsurprisingly, your player of the game. 2 for 2 with a home run. He knocked in 2 runs on the day. Edison. No, I said it earlier. Whatever. Volquez gets the win. He improves to 7-5. Cole Hamels falls to 2-8. Longoria picks up his 6th home run of the season. 2-1 Baltimore, your final. And that'll do it for game 1 here of MLB 11, the show. We are running down the days of MLB 11, the show, of the regular season. I believe we have 23 of them or something like that. All right, let's go to game number 2. There is nothing to catch up on. The Orioles do get that win, 32-31. Here's your next game. We're going Marlins Astros, but we can take a look at that score on the right. Ooh, Yankees get the win. That's a big win for them to keep the distance from the Orioles. Astros, Marlins. We've watched a lot of Marlins baseball. We've watched a lot of Rockies baseball lately because those two teams played each other. And it was a pretty fun series. While I flip the thumbnail and we watch the loading screen, be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying it, if you like it. If you want more, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Yeah, Marlins. Yeah. Okay, cool. I for some reason I thought I saw Cubs there, and I went, no. No, that is not what we want. That's also, did I skip one of the games on accident? Marlins Astros. I think I skipped one of the games. No, I didn't. Did I upload the right thumbnail? What's happening? I'm falling apart. Marlins are 36-24. The Astros are 30-30. Greg Hallman, is in center field. He will lead things off for the Marlins. A very different lineup. Paul Konerko in at first. Alex Rodriguez at third. Pat Burrell in left. Todd Helton is the designated hitter. Chris Iannetta behind the dish. Orlando Cabrera at shortstop. Garrett Jones in right. Danny Espinoza is the switch-hitting second baseman. Yeah, I picked the wrong thumbnail. Sean, have you ever... There we go. Goodness gracious. Sorry, everybody. That was bad. I think it's the right one. Do we have the right one? Andy Pettit 6-6 with a 5.77 ERA, 12 games, 34.1 innings pitched, 46, 15, and 37 hits, walks, and strikeouts. It is indeed the correct thumbnail. Thank God. Goodness gracious, Sean, get your stuff together, man. Greg Hallman, Go Mariners, is leading off. He has no stats, no nothing. He's just a dude. He's just a dude they handed a piece of wood to and said, yeah, go figure it out. He'll take a look at the lefty and take a strike in the low outside corner, 0-1. Sorry, what now? Don't you give it to him? Hey, bro, don't give it to him. Quickly 0-2 from the lefty. God, this does not bode well for Alex Rodriguez. Oh, that's popped right along the third base line. See if it ducks out into foul territory. No, just in fair territory. That's a brutal first out. Paul Konerko is batting second, 329 average, 8 home runs, 18 RBI. Alex Rodriguez continues to just be stuck behind dudes who cannot get on base. It is a brutal thing to watch. Big swing and a miss on the pitch there. Very nice. That is a low for a ball. One and one. One gone. Pettit ready, winds, fires, and that'll be fouled away by Konerko. Makes the count 1-2. And that's rolled foul up the third base line. Nice job here by Konerko to just stay alive with 2 strikes. I think it's a good job by Pettit as well to just throw some pitches up there that are at least competitive or interesting. That pitch missed away inside for a ball. Here comes the 2-2. That is rolled to the shortstop. He comes up with it cleanly and out at first base. We're tired. We can feel it. Alex Rodriguez, 8 home runs, 20 RBI, working with a nice little hit streak there. His batting average has been pretty incredible all season long. He's been stuck behind batters. He can't get anything going in front of him. That pitch is low for a ball. The lefty to the plate inside. Just underway here in the top of the first in Houston. No score if you're just joining us. The lefty is ready. He'll fire that in for a strike. 2-2 now. 2-1. 2-1 indeed. See if he's going to give anything to Alex Rodriguez to hit, kinda, but the timing a little off, and that will be a long strike. 2-2. And a big swing and a miss, so A-Rod down on strikes, and that will do it for the top half of the first. Let's head to the home half for Houston. We'll get you introduced to them in just a moment. So we got to remember how that last name is pronounced. It's a little choppier than you might think. But we'll talk about Sean Figgins at third base. Then it's Kosuke Fukudome. Matt Holliday in left. Fukudome is the designated hitter. Carlos Quentin's in right. Holliday in left. I'm reading all of this so poorly. Let's just... Sean Figgins at third. Kusuke Fukudome is the DH. Matt Holliday in left. Carlos Quentin in right. Billy Butler at first. Colby Rasmussen center. Omar Infante at second. John Hester, he's behind the dish. Marco Scudero shortstop. There we go. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't clean. It wasn't good. Zach Greinke hasn't been pretty clean or good all season. 4-7 with a 4.86 ERA, 12 games, 33.1 innings pitched, 35, 8 and 23 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Whew. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Let me put up new demos. A Neo 3 demo. Wonder if that's an actual demo or if it's a character creator, because they just did that with Island Market Simulator Prologue. Okay, well, I will add that to the library. Library. Probably some Garbaggio. Neo 3, are you a demo or are you a character creator? Third entry. Beginning of the protagonist's save data can be carried over to the final release. Okay. I already own another edition, apparently. Alpha demo. Download. There might be a room. There might not. We'll find out together. Pitch in for a strike. Oh, man. I bit my lip. Oh, my gosh. I bit my lip. Commentating a baseball game, not even doing anything. I, turned my head, and my lip apparently didn't move. It just slid right into the space. And I crunched it. Here's the 2-2. Greinke to the plate. That gets away from the catcher. Doesn't matter because there's nobody on base. I basically like Bart Simpson. If you ever watch old episodes of The Simpsons, like first couple of seasons, 2, maybe 3, there's a really bad habit in the animation where Bart's head will turn and the top of his head and his mouth go different directions. It's so odd. That's basically what I just did, where the top half went, and then my jaw just kind of stayed. And I went crunch. Greinke nods. He'll wind and fire. That is rolled to the third base side. Fired over efficiently to first base. And we are working through this Astros lineup already. Matt Holliday, 5th in the National League. Batting average, I believe that was the highlighted category. 2 gone here in the home half. Florida and Philadelphia right now fighting between first place of the NL East and the lone wild card spot. There's a little bit of a gap, though. Burrell, Helton, and Iannetta. That one didn't make any sense without the first name. I didn't know what to do with it. Pat Burrell. Batting .266, 21 RBI, 5 home runs. Pitch is right at the letters. 0-1. Outside for a ball. One and one. To the leadoff hitter here in the top half of the second. We're scoreless. And we'll stay that way with a foul ball. With a that ball is foul, not a great sentence, but you know what? It is what it is. Let's see. PlayStation, ready to play. Can't download, don't have enough storage. Okay, that's fine. Not enough disk space. So I keep just downloading demos onto my consoles like I'll ever get to them. Here's the wind and the pitch from the lefty. It's high and inside for a ball. Lefty lets that one go outside, and that will be a walk. Ooh, that's closer than you might have thought. Looked like it clipped that outside part of the plate, but they will rule it ball four. It'll put a runner on first and bring Todd Helton to the dish. No home runs, no stolen bases, does have 7 RBI, and his batting average has been looking better just kind of in general. Oh, they're going to get that into center field. That's going to be a big turn at second. It'll be runners on the corners with nobody out. Tried to make the play, but couldn't come up with it. So here's Iannetta to the plate. Gets a strike on the inside. I don't know about that. Maybe that's a makeup call for the earlier ball on the outside. It looked like it maybe got the edge. It was tight. It was very, very close. Florida looking for a lead here. Go ahead run 90 feet away. It is swung on and missed. The pitch low in the zone. I would love it if there were chunks of these streams where I wasn't like fighting falling asleep. That'd be great. 0-2. Iannetta doesn't agree with the call, but I thought it looked good from our angle. And yeah, that validates it. Even looks a little worse on the replay. A four-seam at 92, no break. Gets the outside edge. It is a strikeout. Orlando Cabrera, 236 average, no home runs, 7 RBI. 2 stolen bases on the season. You just can't have that kind of result. Because now it sets up the double play, and you don't want that at all, obviously. And it might not matter. They will send the runner from third. It is a short porch out to... He's out! Oh my goodness. I was going to say it's real short out there in left field. The throw wasn't even that good. The catcher jumped back and got the tag before the runner hit home plate. We can take a look at that replay real quick. Carlos Quinton, 204 average, 7 home runs and our 18 RBI. We'll take a look at it from the catcher's perspective. That's a good way to do it. Here comes the throw in. Love. There's no need for him to hit the cutoff here in this situation because the left field isn't very deep. Now, I love a couple things about this. I love that he threw all the way to home. And I love these catcher animations and defender animations where they come up with the ball and they just go for a dive. He goes, by the way, on that left side. He, is making a path like he's going to go outside and come in. It's so odd. He doesn't need to do that because the catcher is nowhere near. They called that out and it should have been safe. Whoa. He never got close. He never touched him. The umpire is going to call out. Sorry, bad camera work. Well, why? It's inverted on the left and the right. Or the top, left, right, top, and bottom. That makes it real difficult. I mean, you be the judge here. Cannot believe they called him out there. Should be 1-0 Florida. Instead, it's a double play that ends the inning. We'll head to the home half of the second. No score. Great throw. Skip the cutoff guy. Otherwise, it's probably going to be an easy, safe call. Instead, force the umpire to make the decision. And, hey, I don't think he made the correct one. I'm just being honest with you. That is low for a ball. Two and 0. Inside for a ball, 3 and 0. And issues a walk. Okay. I'm going to go out and have a little chat with him. Not that he's been bad, but that wasn't a great result in that at-bat. Billy Butler coming up next. Would be a great time for Houston to get a lead here. Bottom of the second. Florida really blew an opportunity with a runner on third, and we'll go right back up that same line. Drifts it foul, or pulls it foul, rather. A little surprised he was able to get that swing, or at least the thought of the swing, but able to hold back, and it's a ball call, 1-1. And into left field. Okay, Houston working with a little bit of something here. Drives in between a couple of infield defenders, and that will be a hit. Colby Rasmus, .257 average. 2 home run, 11 RBI, 3 stolen bases. Working with a runner in scoring position. In for a strike right at the knees, 0-1. Here comes the pitch. It's inside for a ball, 1-1. Ooh. It's not going well for me. I'm scraping nails on things. I'm biting lips. I'm biting sleep. It's brutal. Two and one. Here's the line and the pitch. It is hit sky high. Catcher comes out from behind the plate. Takes a few steps into foul territory and makes the grab, one away. Big out for Florida. Double play is set up, so if they can come up with that, they can get out of this kind of funky little jam. Both teams now with good opportunities in the second innings with runners in scoring position. Florida really pooped the bed. Houston looking to avoid that and take a late lead. Greinke is ready. Here's the pitch. It's hit. Foul up the first base line. I wasn't expecting the extra little notes at the end. That's a bad strikeout on the outside. I mean, it's a great pitch by Greinke, a nice location. You got to be more aggressive if you're swinging the bat. It's been such a frustration with this game at times of just watching the pitches that they swing at and the pitches that they don't swing at. And that is 2 gone. Here comes the pitch, and it is in for a strike, high and inside. The 0-1 stays upstairs. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-1 outside for a ball. 2-1 with 2 outs. That's going to be hit. Diving third baseman misses it. He jumped right over the top of it. Oh my goodness. The inning should be over. We have a literal flip of the situations. Florida should have been safe at home with a 1-0 lead. The Astros should have probably been out. Marco Scudero is going to step up and have an opportunity here. 1-0, still a runner in scoring position as they were very passive on the base paths. Sliding stop over to first, not in time. Looking for a little insurance now with the bases loaded. They were looking for it before, but now they're looking for insurance with the bases loaded. That's where I'm trying to go with that. Paul Konerko steps back on first base. Figgins steps in as the lineup turns over. Go Mariners. The pitcher is ready. He'll wind and fire. It's hit out towards left field. That is 1 pitch, 1 swing. And out number 3 here in the bottom of the second, but not before a run scores. Jones, Espinoza, and Hallman. Last chance for Florida in the top half. Quite a few Mariners happening here today in this game. Will this be Julio's year? No. Julio will be the same guy that he's been for the last 3 or 4 years. He'll get off to a funky start and he'll be red hot in July. MLB predicted the... What was that post? Let me see if I can find it. Probably could save it for a better time than now, but... That is driven foul. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it, but we'll see. So the 1-1 goes to 1-2, presumably on that strike call. Yeah, 1 and 2, nobody out. Let's go. Nope. MLB. That's fouled away. Why are you... Just give me the account. Oof, there's a lot of... There's a lot of posts. Hold on. That is hit out towards left field. The left fielder camps under it and waits for it to fall. Where is it? Was it here? Yeah, they just make so many posts, it's going to be difficult to find. And that'll be rolled to the shortstop. He'll pick it up and fire over to first in time. 10-year anniversary. That's recent. When did they do? Oh, here we go. The MLB.com's early 2026 AL awards. Cy Young, Garrett Crochet, Kevin McGonigal, Rookie of the Year, Cade Smith, Reliever of the Year, Craig Alvarez, Manager of the Year, Julio Rodriguez, MVP. And then in the National League, the lefty, oh my God, is that out number 3? It is. Whoa. A bunt attempt failed so badly it was a pop-up. They have Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Cy Young, J.J. Weatherholt, Rookie of the Year, Reliever of the Year, Mason Miller, Don Kelly, Manager of the Year, Juan Soto, MVP. Guys, folks, people, guys, gals, pals, everybody, I don't know how to tell you this. They are going to vote Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani MVP. That's how it's going to go. It's going to be every flipping year until they retire. Cal Raleigh had a record-breaking season last year. Wasn't enough. Stop it. Andy Pettitte, a 5.30 ERA after today's game. 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. He gets the shutout and the win. Improves to 7-6. Zach Greinke falls to 4-8. Florida drops this one 1-0 to the Houston Astros. And we are through 2 games here this Wednesday evening. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out. Hopefully, and I did jinx myself earlier. I don't want to jinx myself again. Hopefully the bracket reveal stuff will be up tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Hopefully. Let's see. Yankees over the Athletics 2-0. That's helpful for the Mariners. Phillies beat the Cubs 2-1. That's big for them because the Astros beat the Marlins 1-0, which gives the Phillies the 1-game lead in the NL East. Excuse me. Let's head to Rangers, Red Sox. Both these teams pretty out of it, but it was a wheel spin game. I didn't really realize how bad the records were. Or that one was just an oversight and I meant to take it out and it got picked. So brutal, but it is what it is. New York Yankees, the fewest number of strikeouts at 116. Baltimore leads with 174. Interesting. I like that we get some of these random like insert stat pages. 3 teams tied with 133. Oh, I gotta flip a thumbnail. Welcome on into Boston. Rangers 24-36, Red Sox 28-33. As we are ready for some baseball here. Matt Kemp is the center fielder. Adam LaRoche at first. Jay Bruce in right. Dan Ugla at second. Ian Stewart at third. Dan Johnson is your DH. Ian Desmond at shortstop. Mike Napoleon Dynamite is the catcher. And Milton Bradley out in left field. Go Mariners. It's kind of a tricky little 2 through 6. Yeah. 2 lefties, a righty, 2 lefties. A switch hitter at the bottom of the lineup also helps. Clay Buck holds to 7-4 with a 2.23 ERA, 12 games, 32.1 innings pitched, 23-12, and 18 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Matt Kemp will step up to the plate. Strike on the outside makes it 0-1. We are underway here in Boston. Game number 3 of the afternoon. We have one more coming up after this, and it will be the teams that I remember off the top of my head, the Nationals and the Pirates. That is right to third. That is a pitch. So we've seen a couple of those like low in the strike zone pitches get some decent contact on them. That one I thought was going to go more in the air. And then we saw one earlier, I think in the Baltimore game, or maybe the first game. I think the first game was the Baltimore game. The other one I thought was going to be in the ground, but that one in the air and that one was on the ground, but I thought it was going to be in the air. It's weird. All of it, my brain was all backwards. So here is hitter number 2. Very tall, lanky looking guy at the plate. Fouls that pitch off. 0-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is going to be hit into left field. We get to play in Boston once a year, being in the team that plays, being a team that plays in the American League. Still don't have a great feel for how to play the Green Monster there. Jay Bruce batting third. A 172 average, only a couple of home runs. Does have 9 RBI and a stolen base. Righty winds and that's outside. One and oh. 1 on, 1 out. Gets the strike on the outside. Makes it 1-1. And that stays upstairs for a ball. 2-1. That's an interesting call at the bottom of the strike zone. Gets the strike called. Thought that might have been a touch low. It's a little tricky with some of the quick, like the way it drops, like if it just clips it and then just keeps falling, that makes it hard to figure out. The wind is so whirling this ball around. Didn't think anybody had it, honestly. I was confused about what was going on there, and it's up in the second baseman's glove. Dan Ugla. Ugla was on a different team, wasn't he? That is lifted out towards kind of right center, but gets blown to straight center. And that'll do it. I guess the trade deadline doesn't get adjusted, maybe? I don't know. Let's get you introduced to the Boston Red Sox starting lineup at center fielder Drew Stubbs. Third baseman Adrian Beltre. Right fielder is Jason Hayward. Left fielder Carlos Lee. Benji Molina, the catcher. Justin Smoke at first. Jason Bartlett at shortstop. Wes Helms, your DH. And Blake DeWitt is the second baseman. David Price, 5-7 with a 4.54 ERA, 12 games, 33.2 innings pitched, 37-7 and 24. That's a pretty good ratio. 44 hits and walks, and then 24 strikeouts. I think you'd take that. Maybe you'd take a few hits off here or there, but you never know what those hits are. There could be 7 bloop shots in there that, somebody's in a good spot or a better spot, all of a sudden that hit's gone. Price is ready. The lefty steps into the wind and fires inside for a ball. That is low. 2-0. The righty readies, winds and fires. That is a strike at the bottom of the zone. I don't know about that call. We saw one that was kind of questionable in the top half of the first, but that one kind of looked even worse. But it's 2-1. That is fouled away. Wasn't expecting that. I do like the fun sound effects they play at Vista Stadium. They've been using the same ones for years and years, but hopefully I'll have to double check tickets next week, but I might buy some tickets for opening night. That is going to be hit into right field past the diving first baseman, and that will get the leadoff hitter for the Red Sox on board. Adrian Beltre, 276 average. That's a home run, 6 RBI, 4 stolen bases on the season. See if Boston can get themselves into position for an early lead. Here's the wind and the pitch. Beltre takes a pretty good looking pitch, and that, I believe, was a ball. Is that a ball? Hold on. Oh, hold on. I gotta fight my right stick. That they called that. There it is from the top, so here it is from the side. They called that a ball. All right. 1-0. They will check on the runner at first. He is safe, as he is always safe. Well, 99.9% of the time. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. Man, we've already seen 3 or 4 kind of, head scratch calls. That is the head scratchiest of them all. And by the way, we're only into the bottom of the first inning. It's not like we're in the 8th and it's like, oh, it's 3 or 4 that you could switch either way. No, like, we're early. That is outside. I don't believe it, though. Sometimes, because we're at the angle, I talk about that a ton. It's not a huge angle, but it does throw some things off with where we're looking. But that pitch was easily a strike. Here's the 3-0. And that is smashed foul. Actually got into the stands out there. People were ready. Shout out to that time the dude threw a pizza at somebody else. That's a great clip. What is this umpire calling? What game, buddy? What game are you watching? To be fair, it's never a strike. That other pitch was never a... the umpire's falling apart behind the dish. It is a full count. That should have been a walk. Thank God that was a walk. If that was a strikeout, it might have been the worst looking strikeout we've seen all season. Jason Hayward. So 2 on with nobody out. Hayward takes a strike. Correctly called this time. Makes it 0-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. Number 7 ready to go, but doesn't have the opportunity as that is fouled away. Makes it 0-2. Kind of quickly 0-2, honestly. The lefty winds, fires, low for a ball. That stays way upstairs. Easy take for Hayward. Even with 2 strikes, Price missed the zone badly on that one. 2-2. Got 12 tattoos in 3 days. Wow. That is commitment. Carlos Lee, 219 average, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. That's a big out for David Price and the Texas Rangers. The double play is in order, so they can figure something out with this Boston lineup. Gave up a hit, issued the funky walk. And they'll get a foul ball. Do I have any? No. Oh and 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's rolled up the third baseline. Foul. Oh my goodness. Oh, my nose is tickling. Oh, I might have. Hold on. You're going to look at the... Okay, you notice you can't, like, tickle and bleed at the same time. That's not fair. What is wrong? God dang, my nose has been bugging the hell out of me lately. 1-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is fouled away. Ugh. And he's going to drive that into right field. But the right fielder is there. Defender is the word I was looking for. They're expensive. Yeah, I've noticed that. I see like some posts every once in a while that's like, I'm doing bookings, and like they have like cool designs, and it's like $200. And I'm like, I don't have $200, but they're cool designs. I hope you find people who want that on them. They are neat. Here's the wind and the pitch. So Boston not really doing anything with these two leadoff base runners. They have a runner on third, but not a lot of room to work with. Here's the pitch from the lefty. Boy, right down the middle, huh? Just let it go. Here comes the 1-1. That one stays upstairs. Makes it 2-1. The lefty winds, and that's fouled away.
That ball's foul.
2-2 with 2 outs. Runners on the corners. I'll check on the runner over at first. He is safe. There's literally only been one pickoff that has led to an out. And I'll be honest, I don't remember it. Somebody pointed it out in chat, and I was like, ah. That's fouled away. Nice job to get that swing off. A defensive swing to stay alive. That pitch was it started outside and kind of just drifted over the heart of the plate. That is driven into right field. Does it have enough? No. Couldn't tell. There was a weird little hop step there, or half step at the end. Thought maybe it got by him. Stewart, Johnson, and Desmond coming up for Texas here. One hit for each side, but no score in Boston. Ian Stewart batting .320. No home runs, but does have 13 RBI. Can pile on 4 stolen bases as well. Both these teams kind of out of it in their respective divisions. The team that would have the better shot would be Texas, just because the Mariners haven't run away with that division. I think their record's also just like a touch better. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled away.
No, foul ball.
Makes it 0-2. The wind and the pitch is foul. Third base side. Here's the pitch. It's fouled away. Count stays 0-2. And fouled away yet again. So doing a good job. He's in a little bit of an auto swing mode. Normally, I don't love when the pitchers get a little too cute and they try to work outside of the zone. He's been doing a good job staying in the zone. But I do like that pitch, or that concept of just trying to induce that, like, okay, we're in a rhythm of swinging. Let's try to get him to chase. 1-2 the count. That is in for a strike. Swung on and missed, actually, is what I should say. And that will be out number 1. Very late on a 92-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. That was not a good swing at all. He was looking like middle high, middle outside, maybe. He was over the top of that pitch. So it's 1 out here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch. It is 1 pitch, 1 swing, and 1 out. So let's get set here for the next batter. It is that guy. Gonna take a strike inside. Pitcher or the catcher had to flip the glove to get the catch. 0-1. 2 outs. And that is foul up the first base line. Here comes the 0-2. That is outside for a ball. One and two. 2 out. That's outside. 2-2. Swung on and missed. That'll retire the side. And we will head to the bottom of the second. Scoreless game. And a clean inning for the Red Sox pitching. Justin Smoke leading off here in the bottom of the second. A 302 average. 3 home runs, 10 RBI. He has 2 stolen bases to go along with it. It's Justin Smoke. Go Mariners. Doesn't take a hack at that one. And it's 0-1. The lefty winds, fire. Boy, I don't know if that was a strike. This zone is so bizarre and looked low the whole way. It's 0-2. Probably should just be 0-1. Price sets and fires. That one's upstairs for a ball. That's upstairs. The shortstop should have had that play. What? He just like ran the other way. Hey, this game is like really broken. Oh, we can't pause during the cinematics. Jason Bartlett, hey, he leads the AL in hitting, 403 average. This is another one of those funky plays where the game is just broken. So where's the ball land? It lands here-ish. Hold on. Bop. Oops. Where does he start? Wow, like right in front of it. He needs to go a step to his right. Or, yeah, a step to his right. He just leaves. Wow, what a game. Don't worry, folks, we're almost done with it. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is high. Ball 1. Low for a ball. Here comes the 2-0. Does he swing at it? No, it's outside for ball 3. Here comes the 3-0. It's got to be a hands-off controller take. And it's a good take, too. I think maybe that's like less so than just like take your hands off the controller. Just see if like you move that PCI right to one spot. If it's in that location, go for it. That was a pitch he probably wasn't going to do much with and doesn't do much with that pitch. 3-1, the batters get so aggressive on it. Both of them should have been good takes, even if it ends up at a 3-2 count either way, because that's too close to being an easy double play. Here's a payoff pitch. It's rolled up the third base line. That's fine. That's fine. Here comes another payoff pitch, number 2, and he'll work a walk. So Boston does what they did in the first inning. They had a hit. They had a walk. It was a funky walk, but it was a walk. But they couldn't do anything with it, and there was still nobody out. Wes Helms. Yeah, nobody's out 2 on. They came away with nothing last time. We'll see if they change their fortunes here. Starts them with a ball low, 1-0. Good opportunity to get a lead late. Texas hasn't really done anything either. Oh boy, he is going to want that pitch back. That was a big old swing. The pitch, nice. I mean, I don't know if it's a nice job by Price or if he just gets a little bit lucky there. Either way, that ball just stayed up in the zone. It kind of like, it didn't drop as much as I think Helm thought it would. Misses well inside there. 2-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is hit to right field and because of the wind, it's gonna get blown into center. And it's also not that deep, so the second base runner doesn't have anywhere to go. And we kind of saw that in the previous inning as well. Boy, this Red Sox team is doing a good job at the start. 1 hit, 1 walk, and then with 2 runners on, they have 4 consecutive outs. It's a lefty-lefty matchup here with 1 gone. Shuffles the feet. Maybe if he doesn't move, he gets hit, and he can work his way to first, but it is a ball. Here's the pitch from Price. It's fouled away. The zone's been so funky that you would think that, man, that's a really bad swing, but with how awful the zone has been, it's not the worst. Not great, but there's a strike in the low part of the zone. Maybe right at the knees, maybe a little bit below. Either way, that makes it 1-2. That is hit well, but foul ball. That hit way sooner than I thought it was going to. I was waiting for it to like drop all the way to like the lowest levels of people. That sounded like it hit off some glass. That one missed wide for a ball. 2-2. That is rolled over. Foul at the first base line. Lefty Price having trouble getting this lefty batter out. It's 2-2 with 2 on. And he does. Okay, I jinxed it. He did a really good job to stay alive there for a little bit. And Boston yet again cannot advance either of these runners. Here comes the pitch from Price. That is hit well out to right field. It might be enough, or no, it's not. Why would it be? This game has punished every other team defensively for not being able to get a double play, yet somehow Texas is staying alive. This is infuriating. These games are so annoying. They get 2 on. They have had 2 on with nobody out twice. And only via a sacrifice fly that was out number 2 have they moved a base runner. Mike Napoleon Dynamite's up. And he is out. Swiftly, promptly out. Switch hitting Milton Bradley rounds out this lineup. Go Mariners, playing for the rival Texas Rangers. Could be a fun AL West this year. Are the Rangers going to be back? The Athletics are a tough out. The Angels are the Angels, I guess. Kind of rude, but whatever. And then Houston feels like a bit of a wild card. But they've been good for so long that why would you doubt them? Had a little bit of the Patriots thing going for them. Those will be some fun stories. Houston started 6-6. Are they done? Like, no, they're not. They're Houston. They'll be back. God freaking Lord. The Patriots have started 2-2. Is it the end of the dynasty? No, it's not. Shut up. 2-1 to Bradley. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is low for a ball. Three and one. And Bradley, hey, with a good discipline there, works a walk. Matt Kemp is 0 for 1. If Boston loses this game, they're going to be so bummed when they go back and look at the footage. I'm sure they will. In their digital lives, I bet they will. But they're going to be so upset when they go back and look and they go, hey, we had runners in scoring position with nobody out, and we did nothing with it. Oh and 1. That's fouled away. There's the pitch, low for a ball. These pitchers, I think maybe to their credit, aren't really giving the hitters a whole lot to hit, like with solid contact, but they are giving a lot. Okay, jeez, I didn't even get to finish my sentence, game. I mean, I guess I'll take it, but goodness gracious. There hasn't been a lot of, like, super solid contact, but there's been a lot of foul balls. And even the hit that the Red Sox had in the previous half inning, the bottom of the second, that shouldn't have been a hit because the shortstop just vacated the area for, like, no reason. It was very weird. That is fouled away. That's outside for a ball. One out with 2 on. I said that backwards. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. It is a strike, high outside corner. That's low for a ball.
3-2.
3-2. And that's sliced foul. Into the crowd. Texas looking to put things in their favor. Payoff pitch. And it's into the center fielder's glove. The throw is into the cutoff, who fires to third. Safe. I just want to see somebody do something. Sacrifice flies aren't fun. They're not interesting. Get a hit with somebody in scoring position, for the love of God. That's why you don't watch bad teams. Ugh. Wheel spin, you have cursed me. Also my own stubbornness. That's not a strike. What are you doing, umpire? This is like one of the more bizarre zones. It's inside. And low. It's both. It's not a strike.
Okay, let's play.
Goodness gracious. A brutal 0-1 start for this Rangers batter. Strike two? No, you called it correctly. Ball. 1-1. It's an out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hit the ball to not a defender. For the love of God, this game. Oh my God, this game. This is going to be the one that breaks me, because they have put runners in scoring position so many times. Get a hit. Score a run. Do something. So help me God if this game goes into extras. Because it's going to be one of those obnoxious and annoying games that just doesn't end. We see this crap all the time in this game. We saw it a little bit in the last game, or he misplayed it in center field. I'll take it, I guess. What the heck? Texas is having a real weird defensive day. The shortstop at one point just vacated his area. All he had to do was take a step to his right, and he could have made the play. He just ran to the left. The center fielder can't quite figure it out. And now the Red Sox have an opportunity to end this game. This, by the way, is the third consecutive inning that the Boston Red Sox have put a runner on second with 0 outs. They have not been able to do anything with it. 0-1, lefty-lefty matchup here. Price winds and fires. That's rolled foul up the first base line. It's 0-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Do anything. Do anything. I should be more complimentative or complimentary of the pitching. It was a nice throw by Price. Got him to swing, induced that swing on a pitch that was outside of the zone. The bat was under the ball, which we've seen Price do a couple of times. Throw some pitches that maybe look a little dangerous, as the catcher does a great job of blocking it. Price throws a couple pitches here and there, like, it could get a little scary, but the movement or the drop on them isn't quite as extreme as you might think, and it leads to a swing under it where the batter is anticipating it being at a certain spot, but it just kind of stays up just enough. That's a broken bat foul ball. And that is low for a ball. Two and one. One gone. Runner at second. have not been able to... They moved a runner to third. The Red Sox did with one out. They drove a fly ball out to right field. And that's inside for a ball. Okay. That's how the Red Sox have gotten 2 runners on base every single inning. It's been a hit and then a walk. The other 2 times in the first and the second inning, it was, as we take a look at the stat line here, the other time it was with 0 outs. This time, they have the 1 out mixed in there. Let's see what this batter can do. Probably nothing, if I had to guess. Benji Molina will take a pitch low for a ball. 1-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. Oh, it hit him! Oh my goodness! That'll put a runner on third. The Red Sox might have a shot at like a sacrifice fly. They're going to go to the bullpen. Jeremy Arcado. No. Arcido. Jeremy. Accardo. I put an extra A in there. Can you say his name faster? This game is just God. It's going to be the end of me. 20 games, 3-2 record, 1 save, an ERA of 3.80, 23.2 innings pitched, 5 walks, 9 hits. Boy, he thought about that pitch, huh? One and oh. Bases loaded. Winning run 90 feet away. Come on, Boston! Oh my goodness. Of course, it's just... Oh, we're never going to get a run. Of course, it's just the weakest pop-up in the universe. That pitch is in for a strike. Boston has put 7. They have put 7 runners on base. Via a walk, 3 walks, 3 hits, and a hit by pitch. Oh, he rolls it to second base. The force out at first. We're going to extras. I didn't start with like the largest amount of patience, I'll be honest with you, but at the same time, like, this game has worn me down so quickly. A stupid garbage hit after stupid garbage hit after complete inability to do anything. Both teams are getting yelled at. Texas just hasn't had quite as many base runners because they haven't worked those extra walks. Boston has stranded 7 men on base, and they have had so many. All 7 of them have reached base with under 2 outs. It's ridiculous how their inability. No wonder they have a shitty record. No wonder the Boston Red Sox are out of the playoff race. I think they're in last place. It's either them or the Rays in last place. That'll go back up the middle. I complain all the time about how like the Blue Jays, their lineup's disappointing just based on name value. All that. We're never watching a Boston Red Sox game again. We're done watching them after this game. They are awful. Texas, you're not much better. But you also haven't had as many base runners for me to be irritated with. You haven't necessarily put all of them on with 1 or 0 outs. 5 base runners with 0 outs, and they can't manufacture a run. Generally, I don't dislike the Boston Red Sox. I despise them in this game. So we go to our second extra innings game in a row. Last one only went to 4. Orioles and Blue Jays. I apologize. I think that was the first game. Second game was somebody and somebody. Marlins and Astros. I don't think that one went extras. That's inside for a ball. Three and one. See if he works some patience here. We saw that earlier. He doesn't. 3-1 is where the batters in this game really, really like to swing at the ball. So it's not a guarantee, but it's a high percentage chance. Boy, he really didn't need to swing at that last pitch, huh? Boston's going to go to the bullpen. Guillermo Mota, 20 games with a 4-1 record, 2 saves with a 3.43. Shout out Guilty Spark ERA. 21 innings. I made that stupid reference to Halo and cost myself the reading of the stats. What is that? It is 8 and 18 walks and strikeouts. I got a reference 3.43 Guilty Spark. Now I'm yawning at everybody. Texas and Boston and myself. That is in. It's an out. Why can no one get a hit? And nothing's been a double. It's all just been singles. Ian Desmond's over 1 with a strikeout. Get something going. Get into a rhythm. Greet the new arm. 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. Righty winds and fires. He has a funky release. But for whatever reason, it just looks like we're seeing more of his hand on the ball. Like he's throwing it like that, rather than like off the fingers. Might just be a funky animation thing because I'm not accustomed to it, or haven't been paying attention to the other things now. Now I'm locked in. I'm like, let me look at his hands. The righty is ready, fires, swung on and miss. One and two, swung on and missed. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Helms, DeWitt, and Stubbs. What was his average? It was bad, I think. 133? No. Yeah, it looks like a 133. 1 home run, 1 RBI. Thanks again for hanging out, everybody, on this Wednesday night. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, give that video a thumbs up. Or give this video a thumbs up. Let's go. Someone. End the game. One and two. Bottom of the 4th. Nobody gone here. There's no score. Because there's nothing more exciting than an extra innings game that's 0-0. Or what's more exciting? Here's the wind and the pitch. Oh my God. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing at the plate? Just hanging out like, oh shit, I gotta swing the bat. Crap, forgot about that. So it's 1 out. One of the more awful swings that we've seen. That pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. He like just ripped it. I think that guy, he has a bad batting average. He also looks kind of like old. Like he looks like he's 45. He should be hanging out with his kids or grandkids or whatever. This is an out. This game is going to go forever. One for two with a single, 421 average. Something, anything, one swing, end it. That is upstairs for a ball. Oof, I don't know about that one. The zone continues to be weird in this game. That's like 6 or 7 very, very odd calls. Puts a charge into that one, but it'll just be out to center field. We're heading to the next extra inning, which is the 5th. I'd forget. 3 hits for each side. Boston has worked a bunch of extra walks and gotten a hit by pitch and just nothing. Zilch. That's the first time, to Texas's credit, that is the first time that Boston has not put anybody on base. Every other time they have had a runner on second with nobody out. Including, I guess that would be a double. I think it was that misplay in center field. And that's why it's so frustrating. That's why, like, you're watching this game, you're like, why are you so annoyed? I'm so annoyed because Boston's had opportunities and they cannot capitalize. Texas makes a little bit more sense because they haven't really worked the walks, and the hits have really only been singles. So it's not like they're doing a ton of consistent damage or putting a bunch of runners on. Boston's had runners in scoring position consistently throughout this game, and they cannot come up with the hit. And we have seen a ton of foul balls. It'd be more interesting if there was more action happening. And it's not even like the pitchers, like they're throwing pitches that the hitters aren't getting a hold of. And I don't know what is wrong. If the hitters are bad and the pitching's not consistently like locating in fun spots, like that pitch was so off. Stop being cute. Throw it in the zone. Some of us have things to do. Sitting here in the top of the 5th in a scoreless game between two imbeciles. Oh my God. Throw it in the zone. I hate watching the pitching in this game sometimes. It's a full count. Fouled away. Good job to fight it off. Top of the zone can be a little funky sometimes. Wow, what was he ahead of this batter? Let's go back and look at this. He was ahead 1-2. Mike Napoleon Dynamite, what are you doing? It's right at the bottom of the zone. You got to fire off a defensive swing. You just did it. Oh my goodness. We're having a great day. Milton Bradley, hey, he worked a walk. And they have like the little, what is it, the pesky pole out there in right field. A pitch so bad it's good as it started inside and just kind of leaked over the plate. Strike one. And that'll be rolled to the shortstop. There's an out. And that's what it has been all day long. Actually, I feel like we've had a lot more fly balls. Fly balls, pop-ups. The grounders haven't been as consistent. But what it has been all day is really weak contact that it's just an easy outs. That's foul. Couldn't quite keep it fair. Ooh, that one was dangerously high and high and inside. Where are you throwing these pitches? Kemp with a good eye on a couple of those. One of them, pretty close to his head, but made sure to not get too aggressive on the next pitch. Let it go low. Get ahead the count 2-1. Here's the wind of the pitch inside for a ball. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. How aggressive does Kemp get? I think this is one of those times where the pitcher got ahead 0-1 and then it's 3 straight balls. I think this, maybe you let it go. No, instead he fires off a swing. Pitches on the outside, probably could be ball 4. Can Texas get something going here with 2 outs? It's a full count. Here's the payoff pitch. It is foul. Sorry. Foul ball. I was a little early on that. I stepped on the umpire. I apologize. Another payoff pitch upcoming. Fouled away. Kind of a defensive swing. You would look at it and you go, I don't know if I like that swing. In this game, you kind of do. I don't know what's been going on over the last couple of days, but we've seen some egregious strike calls on pitches in that part of the zone. And Kemp, the same thing that happened to Mike Napoleon Dynamite happens to Kemp. He swings and defends a couple of pitches off. Fouls a couple of pitches off and then just gets got on a pitch on the outside corner. Adrian Beltre 1-for-1 with a double and a walk. Season average is .288. He bobbles it. Does Beltre have enough speed? He does! So much drama out of the first base umpire. Hold on, I have to get to the correct position. Now I need to think about it. And loading. He is safe. God, game. Hayward's backup. His at-bat last time was pretty awful. Does he have something? He's 0-for-2 with 2 strikeouts. Does he have anything else for us to look at? Hey, he took a ball there. Took a pitch low. 1-0. Again, Boston. A runner on base. That's okay. A runner on first with nobody out. They get a hit. They have followed up hits with walks. That one's on the outside for a ball. 2-1 to Hayward. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is smashed out. Is it into the corner or is it going to be an out? It is. It's gone. It's over the Green Monster. He was 0-for-2. He saved all of ourselves. He saved all of us. I'm so excited I can't talk. 2-0 Red Sox. Oh my goodness. Finally, something interesting happened. It didn't even have to be a home run. It could have been off the green wall and we're running around. Just doing something, anything. But it is a walk-off here in Boston. Jason Hayward, player of the game. I don't know about that. But there wasn't a lot to pick from. 1-for-3, excuse me, with a home run. 2 RBI, 2 strikeouts to go along with it. Guillermo Mota improves to 5-1. Jeremy Accardo falls to 3-3. Hayward's 7th of the season sends us home. 2-0 your final in 5. Ooh. Oh, gross. There's your game. 1 error by Texas. Turns out that error didn't really matter. Like, kind of does, kind of doesn't. They put the runner on, but the home run was going to do it. Would be interesting to see how aggressive Boston would be with just a runner on first, if that's off the green monster instead of over it. But hey, we don't have to worry about it. Let's see, where did we leave off? Astros over the Marlins, yeah. Reds 3-0 winners over the Diamondbacks. Red Sox took care of the Rangers, and we will slide to the Nationals and the Pirates for game number 4. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Again, appreciate it. Watching some baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. I'm Sean, streaming 5 nights a week. No stream tomorrow. And then get this going. And if you're enjoying it, again, hit that thumbs up button down there. As we move to Pittsburgh. The Pirates are 35-26 in charge, or in the lead in the NL Central. We've all watched this Pittsburgh Pirates team score 14 runs. The Nationals haven't really been a factor for a while, maybe ever. They are 30-32. No. Let's get you set up with this Nationals lineup. Jose Reyes is the shortstop. He'll be leading off. Chris Coughlin is in center. Ryan Howard at first. Russell Branyan, the designated hitter. Angel Pagan in right field. Delman Young in left, Chase Headley at third, Carlos Guillen at second, and Ramon Hernandez at the catching position. 1, 2, 3, 4 switch hitters, 3 lefties. Just the 2 true righties. Interesting lineup for the Nationals. Daisuke Matsuzuka is 5-6 with a 6.67 ERA, 12 games, 29.2 innings pitched, 32, 18, and 18 hits, walks, and strikeouts. There's your Pittsburgh Pirates defense. They might need some of that offense with that high ERA from Matsuzuka. Here's the wind and the pitch that sails high for a ball, 1-0, and we are underway here in Pittsburgh. Pirates and the Nationals wrapping up our coverage for today, June 12th, 2011 / January 28th, 2026. Not about swinging, they will appeal. They're going to say he went. I don't think he did. It doesn't matter what I think. They call it a strike. It is a strike. 1-1. Looked like he thought about maybe trying to drop a bunt. We saw a disastrous bunt attempt earlier today. It was a bunt that ended up being a pop-up. I'm like, oh, that's not... No one wants that. 1-2. It's on the outside edge for a strike. 2-2. Oh, wow. Got the swing. That one stayed up through the zone. It looked like it kind of was sailing on him a little bit. You can see there, it's way out of the zone. Very late on the 94-mile-an-hour four seam. And obviously very late because that ball was like in the glove anyway. I guess swing. Chris Coughlin, a .213 average. No home runs, 9 RBI. Does have a stolen base. One stays high. Good eye by the Nationals. He just watched that pitch come into the previous batter. The previous batter swung at it. He goes right back to it and works it for a ball. That was actually, I believe, the first pitch of the game as well, was that kind of stay high and up. That's outside. 2-0. Though there is no stream tomorrow, check back. There should be a bracket reveal video going up at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I know I keep moving that around, but that is going to be... Oh, wow. A catch. Finally. Something cool. At least it's like a nice defensive play. It looked like it was at his elbow, but whatever. We'll take it. Nice diving play by the shortstop. But the bracket reveal should be up tomorrow. Should be able to fill it out for March Mascot Madness. Okay. We got the sweet diving stop for the shortstop, and then the first baseman missed it. All right. Quite the high and low back-to-back plays right there. We're way up here, then ooh. Russell Branyan batting .299. Has a handful of home runs. A decent chunk of RBIs. That's outside for a ball. That's inside. 2-0. So this Pirates pitcher, Matazuka, is not looking great at finding the zone in a consistent manner. He's routinely falling behind these batters. Mascot Madness, it will be my second year. Ooh, awesome. Swung on and missed. Always nice to have new people, returning people. 2-1. Remember, Mascot Madness starts February 27th here on the channel. This is driven out towards right field. Does it have enough to get out? No, but it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. They'll send the runner around third, and it will be safe. 1-0 Nationals here in Pittsburgh. An RBI double. Guy really went out for it. It looked like he was injured. He kind of grabbed his wrist. Oh, I hit it so hard. I broke my massive muscles. And that is some 2-out damage. Oh, that is right to the center fielder. But the Nationals come up with 1 on 2 hits. We'll get you introduced to the Pittsburgh Pirates lineup here in just a moment. Also, good to see you walk off. How's it going? Nick Markakis out in right field, followed by Ryan Terriot. At shortstop, Robinson Cano at second, Jose Batista at third, Miguel Olivo is the designated hitter, Alfonso Soriano in left, Nick Johnson at first, Crispy Young, Crispy Quick in center field. We just made the third and final out of the top of the first, and Ivan Rodriguez. Ivan Rodriguez. Starting pitcher for the Nationals, Ted Lilly, 5-6. The lefty has a 5.45 ERA. 12 games, 34.2 innings pitched, 38, 17, and 28 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Here's your Washington Nationals defensive lineup. Nick Markakis is batting .293, a couple of home runs, 12 RBI, and a trio of stolen bases. Markakis with a take low, and both leadoff batters take a ball. It's going to be a very ball-heavy pitching situation. I sure hope not. That one's upstairs. A little kind of at the letters. He did straighten himself up a little bit, so maybe that threw off kind of where I thought the ball hit. Here's the 2-0, fouled away. That is in for a strike. Didn't look like that was a very good pitch. Kind of a so bad it's good because catcher wanted that obviously to keep going outside. He set up more behind that right-handed batter's box, but it just kind of stayed in the zone again. But that one has a little more movement. Full count now. Lefty-lefty matchup to lead off the bottom of the first. Pitcher sets up again in that spot. It is smacked out to center field, but the center fielder makes the catch. 1 away. Not a terrible at-bat. Does at least get some good contact on it. Ontario steps up. Number 2 batter. Oh, does Pittsburgh not have... Or was he in a different spot? Was Cruz in the lineup today? And I just didn't see it. Hold on, gotta rewind. Hold on. He's not on this team. He's on the Twins, I think. Nelson, Rad, Cruz? Yeah, Cano. Robinson Cano, that's who I was thinking of. They were both on the Mariners one year, and I got them backwards once. And I have not... That was years ago. That was years ago I got them confused, and I haven't been able to solve it since. Robinson Cano. Second base. Nelson Cruz, right fielder. That is hit and ouch. So it'll stay 1-0 as the Pittsburgh Pirates cannot respond. Young, Headley, and Guillen coming up for the Nationals here in the top half of the second. It was a quick up and down for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I feel like I kind of jinxed them a little bit when I said we've seen them score 14 runs. Wasn't that fun? Kind of, but not really. Wasn't a competitive game. All right, let's see if this pitcher can settle down here a little bit. He was all over the place. Jeez, okay. All right. You can let me finish the sentence before you throw a ball in the dirt that the catcher can't catch. Please. That'll be rolled to the shortstop, who fires over to first in time for the out. Chase Headley steps up, batting .233 for RBI, and really nothing else to talk about. Here's the wind and the pitch. It is rolled to the first baseman. He'll step on the bag, and a quick 2 outs here. Apparently, the Nationals and the Pirates, they got places to be. Or they just saw how annoyed I was in the last game. They're like, we're going to hurry it up for this guy. Somebody score like one real quick, and then we can get the heck out of here. Ooh. Nationals have been a little more aggressive than you might think at that pitch high in the zone. He's thrown 3 or 4 pitches up there, and about half the time they're swinging at it. Gets that low inside corner for a strike. 0-2. They're 3 for sure. They've swung at 2 of 3. No, 2 of 4, because they took take, swing, take, swing. It doesn't matter. Point is, they've been aggressive at it. It's been a surprisingly effective pitch. That is drilled out towards left field. Does the left fielder have it? He does. Nice catch out there to retire the side. Soriano makes it a quick 1-2-3. And we will head to the bottom half. It'll be Batista, Miguel Olivo, and... Oh, I recognize his face. I can't... Oh, his smile. It was smiling at me and I can see it. What's his name? It's something. Cool guy, 3000. No. No. It is the guy. Just inconvenient that I can't come up with the answer. That is smashed foul by Batista.
That's a foul ball.
We are getting to the point in the year where I get to break out the old Batista getting punched in the face photo. God, I love that picture. If I could hit somebody like that in my life. 2.75. Rougned Odor. Pitch just misses the zone. I wonder if they're going to do the celebration Topps cards again this year. Those were a lot of fun last year. We only opened the one box we found while we were in Seattle months later. They were a little marked up. We did hit a home field advantage, though. My card ended up being like $60, which was kind of nice because it about paid for the whole thing. I just swung on in, missed by Batista, and that is an out. Out number one is a Chicago Cub. Alfonso Soriano. That's who it is. It's Alfonso Soriano. Not this handsome gentleman. That's Miguel Olivo. Go Mariners. It's Alfonso Soriano. Thank God. Phew. I did want to open more of those Top Celebration, but just never really had much of an opportunity at them. Mainly because there were cool, like, mascot chase cards in there, but... I think we pulled a PD Pirate, which is why I was thinking about that. That's rolled to the third baseman who spins and fires in time 2 away. Alfonso Soriano I think of as not a Cub, but I probably am wrong. Because I'm not super familiar with him. F-O-L Alf O. Oh, he is a Cub. Well. Hold on. He puts a swing on that and drives it foul.
No, that's low.
I would guess that I would think of him as a Yankee, but it's also not. It's kind of close. I can see either way. Sometimes you get players where you're like, no, that guy is a blank. You know, he is a Yankee. He is a Mariner. He is a whatever. That is driven out towards right field. It is going to be a no-doubter. It is gone. 2-out damage for Alfonso Soriano, the guy whose name I couldn't remember. We're tied at 1 here in Pittsburgh over the Clemente wall. Roberto Clemente. I was going to say Albert, and I was like, that's wrong. So we play for the Yankees for 4. The Cubs for 6. 7. And then the Yankees for 2. That's a pretty even split. It's not exact. I mean, he's not a Texas Ranger, I can tell you that. He only played for them for 2 years. That is a low for a ball. 2-0, 1-1 game here in the bottom of the second. Pittsburgh, a little 2-out damage. See if they can keep things going here. A strike on the inside edge. Pittsburgh scores 1 on the solo home run with 2 outs as they can't get anything to keep going after that. It'll be Hernandez, Reyes, and Coughlin coming up for Washington. As I continue to deal with my annoying nose. Nice pitch by Matazuka. Gets the low outside corner of the zone. Well located. It's ahead 0-1. Here's the line to end the pitch. It is rolled to the first baseman. He steps on the bag. Jose Reyes. Reyes fouls that one off. 0-1. And that's fouled away as well. Misses inside. One and two. One gone. In a 1-1 game here, top 3. Fouled away. Nice.
That ball is foul.
It's a nice swing there. It's a defensive swing. Gets the foul ball. Stays alive at the plate. It's good to continue the at-bat. That is way outside. Like, not really much of a shot at that pitch at all. 2-2, and a very easy take for Jose Reyes. Maybe a little too cute there. That one misses low. Tries to induce a swing. But Reyes with a good eye. Stays alive and fills up the count. 3-2. Here is the wind. Here is the pitch. And it is foul. He might want that one back. That is out to left field. It is kind of going, and caught. I think Alfonso Soriano again out there. Crispy young, crispy quick out there in center field. Chris Coughlin is 0 for 1. Outside for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. It is rolled over to the shortstop. He bobbles it and cannot get the throw in time. That is a bad 2-out error. Yikes. All right, we'll see if the game punishes the Pirates here for not being able to pick up that easy out. And Brian Howard is maybe the guy to do it. He had the single. He scored the run. Kind of a weird play out in right field against the away or out of town scoreboard. That is a strike. Oh, and 1. The curveball well inside. So it was indeed a 2-out error. Depending on the speed of the batter in front of him, if Howard can put something in a gap, Washington might be able to pick up that lead again. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Wanted to be a hero there, but couldn't come up with any contact. That'll be strike 2, 1-2. Top 3. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's going to be an out. Oh, boy. I don't know if that was a good location or a bad swing. Maybe a little bit of both. Young, Rodriguez, and Markakis. They'll have an opportunity to walk things off for Pittsburgh here in the bottom of the 3rd. We could be looking at another extra innings game. Which isn't the worst, because even that first game that went into extras, which would have been the Orioles-Blue Jays game, didn't actually take all that long. The longest game we've had was the last game, and that was just awful, because it was 2 horrible offenses. That's a big, tempting curveball, but does miss the low part of the zone, and it's a ball. That is in for a strike. The lefty is ready, winds and fires. That is driven up the third baseline. Foul ball. Foul ball. And that's going to be an out. Into left field. Makes the catch and 1 away. Ivan? Yeah. Ivan Rodriguez. Okay. That's kind of right. The lefty ready and fires a strike. 0-1. Ooh, that okay. I didn't think, boy, it seemed like he had kind of a slow start getting to first. What the heck happened there? Like he thought it was going to be an out? What happened? Something about the dot moving up the... Gets the hit. Okay, no, it was fine. I think I just looked at it right as it was starting to move, so that threw me off. It's like when you look at a clock, right as it turns, the minute seems longer even though it's not. All right, so with 1 out, they put a runner on first. A 1-1 game here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pirates looking to walk it off. It is a lefty-lefty matchup to keep the game going. Slices that one foul. Here comes the 0-2, way outside, good take. The lefty is ready. Swung on and missed. I really don't need to go to extra innings again. I really don't want to go to extra innings again. And some of these pitches they're swinging at are just so bad. 87 miles an hour, 4-seam fastball, very late. The shortstop, he had the error in the previous half inning, didn't come around to bite him, but could make up for it here with a good swing. 1-1 game. It's right to first base. Why? Why does this game refuse to allow hits? How did he hit it right to first base? That's the second time we've seen that. They put a runner on base, and then it looks like it's going to be a good piece of contact. And he's playing... Why is he playing on the cut of the grass, by the way? There's 2 gone. We saw that in the Blue Jays-Orioles game. It's a little bit of a different situation, but it's like right as soon as you think, okay, maybe they're going to get something going here. They got a runner on. They might try to push and make something interesting happen. The game just goes, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. In for a strike. 1-1 in a 1-1 game. We're in the top of the 4th, aka extras. And that's low for a ball. Two and one. Ooh. Went up to chase that pitch. That has been an effective pitch for him throughout the day. Is that the Nationals have really been chasing that sailing fastball high and out of the zone. They haven't really been able to make contact with it. That's the first time they have made contact with it, and then thankfully for them, it is just a kind of lazy fly ball. All right. So the top of the 4th. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's inside for a ball. He hasn't been particularly effective with the pitches. He's thrown a lot of balls, a lot of easy takes, which is 2 different things. Like sometimes he's missing it close, sure, they're competitive or whatever, but sometimes like that he's just not even close. That is, a diving attempt. It's the one where you're kind of like okay with it, because it's likely going to be a double, mainly because he took a bad path to the ball. But it'll be a double for the Nationals to bring up Delman Young. He's 0 for 1. Can he give the Nationals a lead? 1 out and a runner in scoring position. Top 4. That is low for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. It is foul. One and one, a 1-1 game, 1 on, 1 out. The wind and the pitch inside. Lucky he didn't get the elbow. Ooh, my God. What was that swing? That was disgusting, and not in like a fun way. That pitch was never going to be a strike. Please don't use all these examples of me later. At me later. Not of me, at me. 3-2. I mean, that's a walk right there. If he pulls that swing back on the pitch that is super far outside and then is able to take that pitch, that's 2 balls. Of course, we probably get a 3-1 swing anyway, so... And he will work a walk anyway, so hey, shut your mouth, Sean. Why don't you take your mouth and just... Pirates will head to the bullpen to get another lefty. Joe Beimel? 19 games, a 3-1 record. 3 saves, a 4.60 ERA, 15.2 innings pitched, 10 walks, 5 strikeouts. Chase Headley's 0 for 1. Outside for a ball. Headley's going to roll that to the second baseman. Over to second for 1. Fires to first for 2. A double play. The pitching switch works. It'll be Robinson, Cano, Jose Bautista, and Miguel Olivo coming up for the Pirates in the home half of the 4th. It's funky to see this Pirates team score 14 and then barely be able to score 1. It's a very weird situation. Good take by Cano up top. 1-0. And that's right to the shortstop. He bobbles it. The throw it's yeeted. Okay, so that's kind of a double error. I mean, he comes up with the bobble. It's not great. And then the throw, maybe a little rushed. He had probably a step maybe before Cano really would have been able to beat him out. Bautista, batting .330, is up next. Now each side with an error. The bottom of the 4th, that pitch misses inside for a ball. Oh, is that going to do it? Oh, it dropped. Oh, Cano ran really weirdly between first and second. He's still going to get to third, but he apparently thought that was going to drop into the glove for an out and not fall for a walk or a hit. Wow. Oh my God. Olivo, that cannot, no. You have the winning run is 90 feet away. 90 feet. You cannot be popping up like that. Oh my goodness, this game today. It's probably more me just being like irritable for whatever reason, but like, boy is it frustrating. Soriano, that's an out. Oh, they're going to tag up. There was nobody gone. Oh, thank God, they're going to score and win the game. Oh my goodness. I thought there was 1 out, so then Olivo's would have been 2. And that would have been 3. Oh, thank heaven. Soriano, he's your player of the game. 1 for 2, a home run. He knocks in 2. And the Pirates win this one, come from behind fashion. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, because Cano let off. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Soriano, they're going to just say 1 for 1 with a home run. Weird. Joe Beimel gets the win. 4-1 is his record. Ted Lilly falls to 5-7. Soriano's 5th home run in the bottom of the 2nd. They scored in the 2nd, in the 4th. Each team with 3 hits. Each team with 1 error. The Pirates, though, able to come up with the winning run. And that'll do it. Grumposaurus Rex, apparently, today. I mean, I do have other things to do. I don't have time for this game to, like, fart around today. Okay, we're trying to get set for Mascot Madness. It's taking longer than I realized. I have a bunch of work to do. I don't have time for this game to put runners in scoring position and then have the worst outs in the world. The worst outs in the world. That'll do it. That's all 4 games. We'll sim today, and we will get ready for tomorrow. Let's catch up on some scores. Let's see. Royals, they pick up a win over the Guardians. Glad I didn't pick that game again because the separation between the two is getting kind of far. Pirates win in walk-off fashion, so they would have won in walk-off fashion. Red Sox won in walk-off fashion. Astros won off in walk-off fashion. Wait, everybody? No. Astros might not have won in walk-off fashion. Did they? We have 4 walk-offs today, and I, like, don't know. Hold on, let's go back. Orioles. Let's see if I can go back here. Hold on. What happened? Yeah, the Orioles won. Okay. In walk-off. So then... Oh, Houston. Houston's the one. Oh, God. Why did that go so far forward? Houston. Did you win like that? No. Okay. Never mind. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. That's fine. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Here we are. White Sox improved to 30-32 with a 1-0 victory over the Rays. The Braves beat the Rockies 3-0. Angels over the Twins 3-2. Dodgers over the Mets 4-2. Padres over the Cardinals 1-0. Giants beat the Brewers 5-0. Mariners 1, Tigers 0 to round things out. And that will do it for today's games. Thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Tomorrow is June. Hopefully you enjoyed. Tomorrow is the 13th of June. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 days left in the season. We don't want that. We want to save. We'll head to save slot 8. 22 days remain here in MLB 11, the show, before we hit the playoffs, which will be a fun thing to try and figure out. I think the wild card round mercifully will make sense, but once we get into once we get into like the championships, and they might just call it the divisional, whatever it is. Round 1, I think, is going to make sense. Round 2 is where things get complicated. The World Series might just be one video. We'll see. Knowing my luck, it'll be 9 games long, and there'll all be 12 innings. The save is complete. I will thank you again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like I said, tomorrow, no stream of MLB 11, the show. There should be a bracket reveal up, and you'll be able to fill out your bracket with all the information. It might end up being a stream depending on how long it takes to get everything sorted and settled. So it might go live. I will have a hard out, though, as I am trying to get to the open mic tomorrow to go and do that again, because I've been enjoying it, and it's something different to do. And it gets me out of the house. I think that's maybe the most important piece of that puzzle. And then, yeah, that should do it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you back here for more baseball soon. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Good night. Go Sports.